Hello. Well, welcome again to TALKSHOP, your favorite talk program. And you know what we do here? We tell it like it is and let the chips fall where they may. And we say all the time, folks, truth crashed to earth shall rise again. And then our advice to the gendarmes, the apostles of gendarme. We have given you a very, very good advice. That stand by, because we shall crush your gendarme with the truth. Nothing else. So bring all the gendarme, we just use the truth to crush it. And the question, what time is it? And the answer one more time, nation time, man. Nation time. There's so much to talk about today, But before I start today, folks, a quick announcement. Please join us on the 14th of September. It's a Sunday at Cactus Creek. We are bringing back our Sunday buffets, and this one a bit special. So Sunday, September 14th, please join us at Cactus Creek in Aburi, where we shall treat you to some amazing, delectable delights. Local. I'm expecting you. I'll be there myself. If there's anyone who's interested and just wants to make sure that there's a reservation for them, please send your name to this phone number 054 479 2100 054 479 2100. It's strictly WhatsApp. Just drop any information on it and somebody will get back to you. But please be there Sunday, September 14th, Cactus Creek. Okay, so now let's move on today. After the announcement, which I'm expecting you all Sunday 14th, let's move on for the show today. You know the show I want to do today, folks? First of all, let me just give a general advice to all politicians. This is going specifically to my dear brothers in the NPP, brothers and sisters. But generally, listen to this. There's something about politics. There's something about politics, man. That once you enter politics and once you become a politician in parliament, something happens to you. You get some strange addiction to power. It's not about politics, more like I'm talking about power. Charlie, once power comes into your hands and you become addicted to the power, do you know the problem it creates? Two major problems. Number one, when you are addicted to power, it diminishes your thinking capacity. Once you have the power, it diminishes your ability to think critically, and your effect also. And if that effect is not checked, it leads on to what we call delusion. Many powerful politicians are suffering from delusion. Delusion, what I say? Delusion is your inability to think critically. You see things the way you want to see them, and it's all because you have power. You see things the way you want to see them, and you see things wrongly. A friend, delusion. Let me tell you something for a fact that I know. When we're going into the election in 2024, and you can check the programs we did on this show. We did a program and we said that change is inevitable. As opposed to those who were saying that we are going to break the 8. Can you imagine when people started talking about breaking the 8 in 2024, then I know that delusion has set in. So what I say, delusion means that you cannot even see things accurately. You have been so drunk and intoxicated by power that your thinking is different. So that's why plenty powerful people in the NPP, as well as plenty followers, actually believed that they were going to break the 8. Nay, delusion. Delusion simply means that you have power, you get so power drunk that you can't see things critically. Delusion can make you do and say things that somebody's watching you from outside say, is this guy really sure of what they are saying? And you are very, very sure, except you are deluded. I'm telling you right now, all the people who are contesting for the NPP flag bearership, you can see some of the contestants and you say, actually, we did Delusion. Aquatia pass will be the flag bearer. Aquatia. What does he think? It is Delusion, folks. Every single one of them who's out there and who's so confident that not only are they going to become the flag bearers for the NPP, but they have the chance to win in 2028. Folks, you're from a delusion. You can't think correctly. You're in a different world, a delusion. And a lot of that is happening. Right now, of course, the front is filled with the NPP flag bearer contenders. Later on, as we grow along, the NDC flag bearer contenders will also come in. But I'm telling you, when you observe very, very seriously, you realize that some of them are suffering from delusion. If somebody prior to me or share one pie and believe that you are capable to be the president of Ghana and you are going to become the president of Ghana, some of it, plenty is delusion. And you watch right now all the candidates that are coming for the NPP flag bearership. I'll be getting into other episodes that I'll be looking at them one by one and assessing them one by one. But I tell you, even before that, there are so many who are suffering from delusion. They have nowhere to go. They won't get anywhere. But they are deluded. They actually think that they can get far, you know. Now, all this talk I'm talking about is, number one, to let people understand that be very, very careful when power comes into your hands. Because when power comes into your hands, you have to make a conscious effort to control your integrity, to control your consciousness in terms of how you deal with people. If you don't, you'll be deluded. And I have to say this right now. JDM is one person who, even when he has power, he makes a conscious attempt to remember, essentially, power is transient. And he knows that all the noise you are making, the power, is all about the office and not him personally. So JDM has done very well to separate himself from the glory of the office. When we say the office entitles you to certain things, but as a person, he's only entitled to your respect, and he makes sure he doesn't forget that. You see Jamo in public and a musician will come and he will get up, the president, he'll get up from his seat, to shake his hand. Conscious effort that actually don't let it get into your head, say who you'll be. As opposed to another president who see even a king sitting down and say, stand up and shake my hand. And the difference is no. One is consciously controlling how they see themselves so that they don't get into this delusion where you think that you are all and nothing can happen to you, you know. And this advice, you know, long ago when after the election, when we're doing this program and even before, but I remember the times we're doing this program and I was advising the NPP, Charlie, you have come from a very embarrassing defeat. Accept that things went wrong. Be sober. Be apologetic. And try and win the people back. You are the ones claiming that you have lost 2 million people. Let me tell you, in this world, if you have a company, let's say MTN or Telcel, take any telephone company. If for any reason you get on your paper and say, Charlie, you have lost 2 million customers, trust me, you are dead. Your company is near gone. 2 million? Madam will say 2 million. Hey, KSM, Charlie, 2 million. You know, you yourself are saying that NDC didn't win, but it's you that lost. And 2 million people.
Election, no. And NDC, no, win election, no. Yeah, NPP, na yeah, losing election. For social NPP vote, no, we had a decline in our vote, about 4 by 2.1 million relative to 2020. It's about 2.1 million Aquatia.
So, folks, NPP, take my advice. Sit down and think, how in the world do you lose 2 million people. A damn burning kwan, am I lose 2 million people? That is where your focus should be. And then when you do that and you find out whatever you did to lose 2 million people, the way to get them back, and I said it over and over on this show, is to attract their hearts and their minds. But you don't take a strategy that repels them, attract them. But what you're doing is repelling them. I said it so many times on this show that some of the belligerent activity and the machoism and things that you are exhibiting will not work for the party. And at the end of the day, instead of winning the hearts and the minds of the people, you're going to win their disrespect and you become a more unattractive party. I guess when you're listening to me, you say, oh, okay, someone saw that's the days I had. I was a paymaster. Obviously, the paymaster paid me well for you now to realize that I was doing the right thing. Please, Charlie, this is, look, things have changed though. 2025 we are in. We're going to 2028 for the next election. Things have changed. The youth that you used to see on the roadside say, oh, this guy there, what does he know? Unemployed guy, the youth, let's go and give them a t-shirt, that's all they want. They even have changed. And the youth, the poor youth, as silly as they are sitting on the roadside, there's one money they have, they'll find time to go and buy a mobile phone and get on TikTok. So the youth, they are watching. NPP, you get up, you won't go to parliament, you boycott. Every 1 second there's a press conference to say things you don't like. And these things build up. So I'm saying all of this to say that the results we saw in Aquatia is not any surprise. You know, of course, we always knew that the incumbency has an edge. And the last show I did, we discussed that the incumbency has an edge, and because the incumbency advantages, it is likely that the NDC can win. And they won. So it is not such a big story that NDC won. But there's a great lesson to learn. And the lesson is this, my dear NPP. You had 8 years. And if during that 8 years, let's say you have built one remarkable health facility, Aquatia, one remarkable health facility there. You had improved certain things. I saw the grounds, on TV before the election. They were showing parts of Aquatia when the people were talking, blah, blah, blah. And I'm watching the TV and I said, Aquatia pay me. It was dusty. It was so underdeveloped. And I was thinking, Charlie, if in the 8 years that you had, if you had even stepped up a little bit, to bring some fair development to Aquatia. A hospital, paint the schools, do something that the people will feel sexually. Trumina, we have voted for. No, they actually care about us, their development. But when I saw Aquatia, and I said, and here's the thing: if you had done all these things, you don't even have needed to worry. Just Aquatia for now, because actually, when they came in for the last 8 years, this is what they did do, this is what they did, and then that is what will sell you. But not the showing up there, and unfortunately, Bawumia made a statement like their MP who had died because the NDC has stressed him or the system stressed him and things like that.
NDC for Kase, Omo Omo election Kudi into what they call court. Court na sem no. Now want to mean that it is a sa and the pressure na a cost.
Crap. Masa, sit down intelligently and think of what do we do? You say you lost 2 million people. Me, I don't believe that. But that's what the claim is. So if you say you in fact lost 2 million people, sit down and think, how do we engage these 2 million people? How do we engage their hearts and their minds for them to say, Charlie, I'm going back home. You're not. Instead of you boycotting parliament, boisterous things, it is not helping. But who am I to say that? Because Maka, whatever you like, you can take. If you don't like, don't take. It's okay. But please, I'm trying to advise you that stay focused. The election is always about how you appeal to the hearts and the minds of the people. It's not how you grandstand and tell them that no matter what we are, we. Really? At this time? So media, you can take the advice, you can choose not to take the advice. But sadly, you have come from 8 years of power where everything was nothing but you, and the arrogance came in, and the delusion also came in, and so there's a lot of delusion in the party. The problem that the NPP should also realize is happening right now is a massive leadership crisis. Or should I say, a lack of leadership crisis. A lack of leadership. A crisis that has arisen out of a lack of leadership. That's the problem that NPP is facing. Do you know, there's a very interesting thing. When there are no adults in the house now, the kids are misbehaving, somebody will say, why are the kids misbehaving like that? Isn't there an adult in the house? Because the kids are misbehaving, they're doing all the wrong things. They ask, isn't there an adult in the house? An adult not meaning obia when you, not meaning necessarily that the person is older, but an adult meaning mature. Why are the kids misbehaving like this? Isn't there anybody mature in this house? In Chi, you see, when that is going on, say, now that Korea baby basasade, opinion be any fear. Opinion be any fear. That's all. Opinion doesn't mean necessarily an old person, but a mature thinking person. Opinion be any fear. I like how the guys also put it. Maba nyefe bulo neke. Maba olupa beshialo. Forgive my guys more. Olupa beshialo. Which is opinion be any fear na. So I'm asking this question to the NPP, Charlie. Where is the adult NPP? Who is the adult who is has this grand picture of where things should be and where things are going, who will call most people into a meeting and advise them? Please, we don't do it this way, or this way doesn't work. Try this way or something. MPP, or Olupa is in the house, so you have a big person, but you have silent Olupa. You don't want to listen to them. Please, you have Olupa. Kwame Penim is an Olupa. Not only in terms of age, but in terms of maturity. Who is going to Kwame Penim to sit down with him one-on-one? Opinion, we have come. Talk to us. Kwame Penim is an Olupa. Olupa Bieshalo. Or the Olupa is there, but you just think they are not. You sideline them. Kufuor has said it plainly that I've been sidelined. Whether that's what you have done or not, I don't know. But ex-President Kufuor has said it plainly that he has been sidelined.
2 years, 3 months, busy at time. Me, 69, maybe 30 years, and be a member of parliament. Be a founding member of Progress Party. 2 years, 3 months, busy I am deputy foreign minister. I jump on 2 years. Them say, me too many the Ashford prison with them 1 year, 3 months. Something that they are causing behind another detention. But I know I need to build a year. From 72 January, I jump on 2 years side, the tradition. There are more power beyond that till 2001. Me, I'm a creating department by power. 2 times. Ghana, didn't see. Anyway, I then I bet you say, a young woman, a prepare woman, na bibi se be kona nyame ada o ma me to na ya beg no me kura me ntia se den ne ya be di sei ya wom a prepare wom na bibi se be ko na nyame ada o ma me to na ya ba ignore me kura me ntia se.
Why not going to Aburi? Urupa, Yabo, Open, Nana, Kazachrain. Company is there, Jacob voice there, Nyahunya Hotamaklu. Experienced thinker, passionate, wisdom. Nyahunya Hotamaklu is there. Why not going there to sit down with them and speak with them? Why do you think that this is the time to be macho? You know, now all you young guys, and I love young people, and I always say that as I sit here, let's say mid 70, my producer and director who produces and directs me, he is in his 30s, early 30s. I'm saying that to say that, yeah, I'm much older and everything than him, but he has energy. He has ideas. He has a vision that I like. So I bring my own to add his one, and then we are moving. I say, I guess I'm saying, all I'm saying is this, that yes, there's so much energy of the youth in the NPP. Look, you have some young, intelligent, right-thinking, or should be right-thinking people. Samuel, young man. Dynamic. Justin Kodia, young man, dynamic. Kojo Ponkroma. I'm just naming just a few, but I'm sure there are people in that age bracket who are dynamic thinkers, who know things. So it's not only about age, no. You young ones, what are you doing? It's not about we are young and we are energetic and
we are NPP ni mapa. Now we to say NPP 4 and now say NPP ni any NDC ni ekwa. Boa NPP ni no na yambu NDC ni no.
Where is it taking you? After this defeat, are you going to sit down and think and realize, folks, if anything should happen now, I don't know how many seats are there. If anything should happen now, and they say we should call for a re-election in any seat now, I'm sure the NDC will win again. So Justin Kodriani, Samuel Kun, young, energetic guys, you know, are you sitting down and not analyzing and thinking, how do we rescue our party? Because we are looking at doom and walking into doom. Because why? You want to feel entitled. Every 3 seconds will be a press conference. Every 3 seconds you walk out of parliament. Every 3 seconds you want to tell Ghanaians that if you don't go our way, we will make sure that this country is ungovernable.
When you are starting to for 146, no, and who was some?
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, no, you Chief Justice will pretty hot. Chief Justice to be a baby, a petition, a back through the day, or back trigger process, because all that year, and my Ghana for I am money to me, and track Ghana has some Gima or not some Gima on your be. We make this country ungovernable for His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and the NDC.
Bondog, please, it's time to sit down and rethink. And after I've said all of this, I hope that the NDC people too are listening and also understanding that if they too allow power to get into their heads, they too will start earning this right of not being able to think critically, and they too will go into disillusion. And I'm telling you, when that happens, you're going downhill. And I won't mention any names. Eventually I will be. So NDC, you to stand by. Eventually I will be. Those young ones who have got the opportunity now, blah, 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 but who are celebrating the opportunity power as entitlement, I'll be coming to you very soon. If you will not learn from the disaster that has befallen the NPP because of arrogance and a sense of entitlement, and you're going to walk straight into that trap, we too will be here waiting for you. Folks, I want to wrap it up, but all I'm saying is this. Think carefully when power is laid on your doorstep. Because if you don't think carefully, by default, it will affect you negatively. We're thinking, crab sister. The arrogance will come so naturally. You won't even be aware, but you will become arrogant. Right now, I'll mention names. You have seen where it led one party, and it will be idiotic to also follow the same way, because if you follow the same way, you end up the same way. That's my advice. Well, before I leave here, I really want to salute the people of Aquatia. Remember, I came here and I said, Aquatia, surprise us. I said, please, people are expecting that to be bloodshed, there will be this and that. So surprise us. And give us a nice, clean, peaceful election. And for the most part, it was nice and clean and peaceful, for the most part. Except one or two very, very few isolated incidents. It was a nice, clean, and peaceful election. I'd like to salute the IGP and I appreciate the work they did. But I'm saying this, the next time we want to get to the point where when we have elections, it does not need to have the IDP deploy 5,000 policemen in here. So you have done well at Aquatia, but the next election should even do better, where there's no deployment of 5,000 policemen, just regular policemen on guard. That's okay. 5,000, no, that shouldn't happen. And also, I want the NPP also to understand that, Charlie, this boisterous, the machoistic, nemanemo, hamo. So think twice, fine. Mahama had chalked some very good, impressive initial successes with the CD, full things and everything, initial things. But trust me, I don't think that's the only thing that was a factor in this election. NPP, the people of Aquatia, not only are they happy with the successes of the NDC, but they are also worried about the lack of leadership in the party. They are calling for leadership. They are yearning a leader that can really mobilize them and direct them to use their intelligence and to do things that will benefit them, and not this rough, we can fight, garbage. So please think about that. Today I'm ending on this, and catch me on Friday. Ivan will be back and we're going to discuss a few very, very important things. But today let me end on this note. Please, NPP, go and look for the Olukpa. They are there. And come back and bring a new sense and a new party, and quote unquote, a new dawn to your party. See you again